here with Jane. Jane is one of our truffle dogs, one of our best truffle dogs, and she's the very good girl who found this truffle today. Now, as it's the middle of January now, this is probably the last truffle of the season, and so we're going to make something very simple with it. Now, the good thing about truffles is that they contain, I think, everything you need to make a delicious dish. So you don't need to go messing around and adding lots of other different ingredients. The truffle itself should be the star of the dish. Today we're going to make probably the easiest dish of all. It's called Millionaire's breakfast, but basically it's just truffle scrambled eggs on toast. It sounds a bit boring, but like, trust me, it's probably the best way to enjoy a white truffle. Okay? So I'm making breakfast for two. That means I'll need to use 4 free-range eggs, and to store them I'm going to need a jar which has a lid. Now you can see that I haven't washed the truffle. There's a reason for that, but I'm going to wrap it up in some kitchen paper and then I'll place that at the bottom of the jar. Then carefully put the eggs on top of the truffle. Then the jar will get closed with its lid. I'm going to put that in the fridge and I'm going to bed.
8 hours later.
It's now the next morning and the eggs have been sitting with the truffle in the jar overnight in the fridge, and hopefully the smell will have penetrated like deep into the eggs. So, oh yeah, the smell like will blow your head off. It's very strong in there. So I'm going to use these eggs to make scrambled eggs, and I'm going to do this over a bain-marie because I'm going to add truffle butter. That's probably the best thing to do. As we've said before, you should never cook white truffles. If you cook them, you're going to destroy the flavour, and I think the bain-marie method will keep the aroma like intact, and so that's what I'm going to do. Obviously you can just add a normal butter. Okay, I've prepared a bain-marie, which is basically a pan of boiling water with a bowl over the top of it. You don't want your bowl to actually touch the boiling water. Also, I should say that mine is boiling a little bit too furiously, so I'm going to have to turn it down. So here are all your ingredients. Your 4 eggs. You can see that the truffle has been washed. You're probably going to use about 25 grams of that. And in addition, 25 grams of butter, or here we've got truffle butter, and then salt and some freshly ground pepper. Beat your eggs gently over the bain-marie. They're going to cook slowly and you can really smell the truffle in them, and I think with this method you keep as much of the truffle aroma as possible. And also I think the other advantage of the bain-marie is you don't end up with the kind of rubbery scrambled eggs which spoil your breakfast. You can see the eggs are starting to come together. Now you've got to keep your eye on them and you've got to keep on stirring them. It'll take quite a few minutes. 2 minutes later and the eggs have started to cook, so I'm going to add the truffle butter, mix that in well. Then I'm going to season the scrambled eggs. And now's the time to start making your toast. Nice bit of wholemeal bread, probably be perfect for this. Probably 2 pieces. This isn't a very good knife, by the way. Oh god. There we go. It's a bit better. Okay, so I'm going to put those in the toaster and probably butter them. think the eggs are pretty well cooked. So you don't want them to have any water really in them. Okay, so they're ready to serve. Truffle scrambled egg on toast. I'm going to shave some of the truffle over the top. Again, this is probably the simplest and one of the most delicious ways to enjoy a white truffle. Now let me see what this is like. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so that's Millionaire's breakfast. Well worth a try. Probably the best way to enjoy a truffle.